A little loud.
Right, well, oh, good.
Wait a minute. Yeah, is that
President Wendy,
what I want?
every fiber in the body would like to be here. I want to welcome you all to this meeting and to this luncheon. A couple of announcements first. Fred, who was going to be at least, I thought, on, I don't see it. Fred Burney? Yeah, Fred Burney is celebrating his 83rd birthday today. And Martha, I saw you on the screen there. Yours is next Sunday, so happy birthday to you from everybody as well.
Thanks. Hey.
What I'd like now, we come to the regular business part of the meeting. I would appreciate it with the motion that we forego the regular reports of our regular business meetings until the July meeting.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Just wanted to make a couple of announcements. First, for those of you who saw our guest, Richard Williams, in May, Rick gave us a couple of really nice complimentary letters. He enjoyed every minute that he spent with us. And in fact, he asked if we could provide him with this DVD of the meeting because he wanted to share it with family and friends. And John Abbott got it done and out in the mail to him within 24 hours. So, John, thank you. Thank you, John.
Just pay the bill when it comes.
Now, one of the things that we've been discussing at some of the meetings is this of the radio recall being shared with other people. Well, Fairfax president, the auspices of Walden, wanted a meeting officer of all of the existing full-time radio clubs on July the 24th. That the agenda will be how we're going to address that, what we want to do. There's articles that, like I spoke to Carl articles recently that is new and interesting material that the hobby should be aware of. He's told me how he has started to share it elsewhere. So it's a question I think that we'll discuss at the meeting in July of the organizations as to how we can address this.
Excuse me, Frank.
Yes, Wendy.
Could it's very hard to hear you because you have your back to the microphone.
Okay, I'll move over.
Is there a way to either be to the side of the microphone so that everyone can hear?
Yeah, I'll move over here. Is this better?
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh,
That's
much
perfect.
better.
Everybody can still
Yeah.
hear? Yeah. All right, good.
We don't need to see you, Frank. Just hear you.
Yeah, the back is better anyhow, John. Come on.
It's an expressive back.
What I had mentioned, I don't know if you've heard here on Zoom then, that about the meeting in July of the different clubs that Wendy and I will be attending, and we're going to discuss various issues, including the business of how articles are shared or shouldn't be shared. And I want to thank Walden for helping put that together.
Hey, Frank,
Yes.
who are the clubs that are going to be involved besides us? And I think you mentioned Spurdvac.
Wait, the Boston Club, what is it, RPC, the one that's been sharing our things?
Yeah, I'm working on it. We got Spurvac reps, of course, this club, the Western New York Club, the Milwaukee Club, and the Old Time Radio Researchers. Trying to find a contact for the Radio Collectors of America out of Boston.
Okay. Thank you. Hold on a second, Walden.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat that to the people they couldn't hear it here. All right,
Yeah.
the Milwaukee Club, Boston Club, a Buffalo Club, and
Now I can't hear them at all.
so that'll be pretty inclusive. Hopefully we can address those issues. Now, does anybody have any other new business that they want to address?
And if they do, could they come up to the mic to make whatever announcement they'd like to make?
I'm getting all negative shakes here, Wendy, so there's no new business.
Oh, crickets, eh? Okay. We'll take it.
Now, the July meeting, oh, go ahead.
The other thing that was brought up is
Mid-Atlantic Nostalgia Convention has got us listed to do another play in September.
Yeah, I was on the website yesterday,
Okay.
and just looking at the schedule and see yes. We are scheduled for Saturday.
Okay. All right. I know you couldn't hear Dennis.
Nope, couldn't hear any of them.
Okay. Dennis has indicated that he was on the website for Mank and that they have us listed as doing a program on Saturday afternoon. So we'll either have to see whether we're going to do one or get Martin to take it off of the schedule.
Yeah, he may be disappointed in that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. And is it in September again?
September, yeah.
All right. Wendy said that'll be a we'll see. So we'll have to talk to Martin about it.
If I make a suggestion, I maybe
Good,
one
Rob.
person could do a presentation representing the club rather than a play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there was a suggestion by Rob that rather than do a play, somebody can do a presentation, and certainly that's a possibility, no doubt.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. We might be able to get
And
that's great. Okay.
Bert just suggested a quiz, and candidly, it wouldn't take me long to put together even a 40-question quiz. So,
No.
Talking about possibly doing another play that might actually pass. Okay, so that would get more people involved.
okay. So we can stay on. What you're saying is we should stay on the program, and we'll decide what the program will be.
We don't want to limit time slot.
Okay. All right. Everybody couldn't hear what Edgar just said. Edgar may have another play to do that we could do at Mank. So the important thing is that he's suggesting that we don't give up the time slot and that we put on something or other. If it's a quiz, if it's a play, that we do something. So that, we can talk about that at our upcoming meetings.
Right. When we're all on the same page or
Yes,
screen, if you will.
yes.
But this is great.
End of the table.
Any other new business?
Former vice president, I can't think of his name, the fellow that's blind.
And I just want to mention that our next meeting will be July the 8th, back to the second Friday, back at 2:30 p.m. as our start time. And our guest is going to be Stone Williams. He's coming to us from Canada. He's the author of several books, and he's an editor and contributor to the Nostalgia Digest. And one of the things I want to mention too is check out our website. All of the speakers till the end of the year are listed on the website. Thank you, John. They're all listed there, and I think we have some pretty interesting guests to take us through the end of 2022. Somebody else has some announcements to make. I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
We don't adjourn yet.
Well, no, in terms of the business meeting. Yeah.
Yes.
And we can either, do I have a motion?
Are we?
Motion made and seconded. Thank you.
Well, I had a few words I wanted to say too.
Okay.
If you could relay them or what have you. First of all, I also want to thank everyone for coming to this meeting today. This is kind of the first adventure we've had in mixing in person and Zoom meetings, and we still have a long, what?
No, give me a second then to relay it because they can't hear you,
Okay,
right? Wendy is saying she wanted to thank everyone for being here and that this is giving us an opportunity to try what a hybrid meeting would be like, but we'll need some upgraded equipment, speakers and the like to audio system to improve it, but at least we've made a start. Go ahead, Wendy.
and also to point out to everyone that I think eventually we're going to have somebody on our list of responsible people who deals with technology and is willing to share that and help us get to where we want to go for in-person to make hybrid meetings effective.
Okay, let me relate that. Wendy also said that we need to look within our group to see if we have someone who has the technical ability to help us to get to where we need to be to have the hybrid meeting. So we'll investigate that. I'm moving on. Anything else, Wendy? I'm sorry, we've got to do it this way.
No, that's perfectly fine. I'm not surprised, actually. But, and I do want to thank Frank for getting this whole thing put together because it wasn't easy and there are a lot of moving parts.
Well, I'm glad that I was able to do it. You know, hopefully we'll be able to do it again in December and everybody will be able to be in attendance. That's my hope anyhow.
Well, we might have to cough up some money to fly Walden back to the East Coast.
That'd be-
And, you know, to transport Joni.
All right, Bert has.
Well, Frank, you're being very modest. What Wendy was saying to Frank is that she is really grateful for Frank putting all this together, and he deserves some recognition.
Thank you, Bert.
Yeah. Thank you.
Here we go.
All right, so what we can do now, we can either, Jack is here, he wants to do the quiz, or you want me to read the question? You going to try it, Jack? No, okay.
So are you going to do the quiz now?
Yeah.
'Cause
we're
I-
gonna do the quiz.
I'm going to bring it up on our, on the Zoom drive. So,
Right. Jack has asked me to read it, so I'm
you know,
going,
that's fine.
I'm going to walk around and get it from my bag.
But for the purposes of people on Zoom, you now can read the questions.
We also need to do this.
Oh, yes. Here.
If I pull up this chair so that I can be on TV. Hi, everybody. I say hello to Mark and Marcia and Wendy and Sally and everybody else who is there, whose heads I can't see very well because it's very small. But I have volunteered to step up and be the quiz master. And I hope,
Great.
especially if Sally's on board here, I hope that I do justice to this.
They're, I think, distributing paper and pencils to the people in the restaurant. I hope the people on Zoom have a piece of paper and a pen so they can write down what their answers are.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but.
We have the questions up on screen though,
Oh.
on our screen.
Yes, actually, I can actually see those better than I can see you.
Well, that was the intention. They see enough of me through the years, so.
Is everybody armed?
Yeah.
All right. No, not that kind of armed. Does everybody have a pencil and paper and are ready to? Jack, you're actually going to take this quiz? Isn't that a form of cheating in some way? You wrote the
It'll
thing?
skew the results.
All right.
That's okay.
Jeff, get to your seat.
I'm trying to.
Here we go. Question number 1. On the panel show 20 questions, what was the common denominator among Fred Vandeventer, Florence Renard, and Bobby McGuire? On the panel show 20 questions, what was the common denominator among Fred Vandeventer, Florence Renard, and Bobby McGuire? Roll pretty hard now, ladies and gentlemen. You ready to move on? Question number 2. Which radio network came first, NBC or CBS? Which radio network came first, NBC, bong, 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 or CBS? CBS just had an I. Can't sound like an I. Question number 3. Who was the Lone Ranger's nephew? Who was the Lone Ranger's nephew?
Brother's son.
We might give you a half point for that if you're lucky.
That's what they
Bill
told me
said
my
his
whole life.
brother's son. Question 4. True or false? This is a true or false, kids. Our Miss Brooks taught history class at Madison High School. True or false? Our Miss Brooks taught history class at Madison High School.
They don't get one right.
Question 5. No kibitzing among the populace.
We're having fun.
Question 5. The leading character on Space Patrol was who?
Yoda.
The leading character on Space Patrol was who?
On Space Patrol, the leading character who was.
Somebody said Yoda, I did Yoda. What can I tell you? Question 6. We're going to be here all day, folks, if you want that out. Question 6. The longest sponsor of Fibber McGee and Molly was? The longest sponsor of Fibber McGee and Molly was? If you have any doubt, ask their announcer. All right, question 7. This is a toughie.
Really?
Yeah, this one's a toughie. Question 7. Who of these did not, I repeat, did not make their debut on Rudy Valley's show? Was it Francis Langford, Edgar Bergen, Dinah Shore, or Milton Berle? Who of these did not make their debut on Rudy Valley's show? Francis Langford, Edgar Bergen, Dinah Shore, or Milton Berle? I presume that meant radio debut. Did not make their radio debut on Rudy Valley's show. Question 8 is another true or false. True or false? Singer Jessica Dragonette was not born in India. True or false? Singer Jessica Dragonette was not born in India. I would have liked to have heard Jessica Dragonette go, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh." Question 9. The sponsor of Captain Midnight was what product? I'm looking at Dennis especially on this one. The sponsor of Captain Midnight was what product?
Yes, or Jason Sandberg coffee.
Question 10. Edward Bowes, the host of the original Amateur Hour, claimed the military title of Captain, Major, or Colonel. Edward Bowes, the host of the original, this says Bowles, but I thought it was Bowes. Edward Bowes, the host of the original Amateur Hour, claimed the military title of, was it Captain, Major, or Colonel?
His car was a Chrysler Airstream. With
Did you sell it to him?
with carved jade side panels at the back.
Wow.
I've seen it.
You've seen that car.
Yes.
So it's still
Still
in a
exists.
museum? In a museum.
No, it's privately owned.
Wow. Nice. Question 11. The host of the quiz show, Dr. IQ, was who? Ken Roberts, Lou Valentine, or Ralph Edwards? That's the host of the quiz show, Dr. IQ. Was it Ken Roberts, Lou Valentine, or Ralph Edwards? Question 12. True or false? All of the following appeared on Let's Pretend. Sybil Trent, Billy Hallop, Jackie Kelp, Vanessa Brown, and Walter Tetley. Is it true or false that all of these appeared on Let's Pretend? Sybil Trent, Billy Hallop, Jackie Kelp, Vanessa Brown, and Walter Tetley. Question 13. What company sponsored the Tom Mix program? Question 13. What company sponsored the Tom Mix program? Awesome. Coming on. Question 14. Approximately how many radio scripts for The Adventures of Sam Spade did creator/author Dashiell Hammett write? 14. Approximately how many radio scripts for The Adventures of Sam Spade did creator-author Dashiell Hammett write? Question 15. Did Lights Out air on NBC, CBS, and or ABC? And or meaning it's acceptable if you write down whatever you think it is. If you think it's more than one, go ahead and say that. Did Lights Out air on NBC, CBS, and or ABC? Question 16. On Candy Maxon, which actual relative of Natalie Park played Rembrandt Watson? You hear that, Sally? On Candy Maxon, which actual relative of Natalie Park played Rembrandt Watson? Question 17. True or false? Guy Lombardo's birth name was Gaetano Alberto Lombardo. I bet it sounded a little too Mexican and a little less Italian. True or false? Guy Lombardo's birth name was Gaetano Alberto Lombardo.
Lombardo.
This should be fun. This is a very, very tough one. Extremely tough. This is easily the toughest question on the test. Number 18. What or who was the sponsor of Lux Radio Theater? What or who was the sponsor of Lux Radio Theater? Question 19. On The Adventures of Superman, what characters did Matt Crowley and Ronald Liss portray? On The Adventures of Superman, what characters did Matt Crowley and Ronald Liss portray? Did I bring a copy of my book? Yeah. Actually, I don't even have one, except my own very dog-eared copy. Question 20. Oh, I take back what I said about 18. This is the toughest question on the quiz. True or false? This is the best OTR quiz I ever took. True or false? This is the worst OTR quiz I ever took. No, the best OTR quiz I ever took. All right, now, for those of you who may be acting under the delusion, those of you who are present here at this restaurant who are acting under the delusion that you can't take a gift if you didn't bring one in exchange, I brought a box of vintage items that once belonged to former and very dearly departed member Rick Reed, and he gifted to me a few months before he passed, that I really don't need to have, and if anyone would like to have them, they're welcome to do so. They are in this white box. Help yourself to an item when you come up here to the table. There is a bag here that has a number of DVDs and cassette tapes of radio-related material and vintage material. Please feel free to help yourself from there. And of course, there are the books and CDs and so forth that are here on the table. I think the only one you can't take is the one that the camera is mounted on.
There's also 2 free tickets to the Sully Plantation Car Show.
Oh. Yep, the Sully Antique Car Show. There are 2 tickets here. All right, so here we go with the answers. Question number 1 was, on the panel show 20 questions, what was the common denominator among Fred Vandeventer, Florence Renard, and Bobby McGuire? The answer is?
All American, all females.
They were all the same family, father, mother, and son. Question number 2, which radio network came first, NBC or CBS? The answer is NBC in 1926, 1 year before CBS. Who was the Lone Ranger's nephew? Very good, Dan Reed, indeed. Indeed, Dan Reed. True or false? Our Miss Brooks taught history class at Madison High School. False. She taught English. English, indeed. Bravo, bravo. Question 5. The leading character on Space Patrol was? Buzz Corey, indeed. Congratulations to whoever got that right. Question 6. The longest sponsor on Fibber McGee and Molly was? Johnson's Wax, and you can just ask Waxy if you don't believe it. Number 7. Who of these did not make the radio debut on Ruth Valley's show? Francis Langford, Edgar Bergen, Dinah Shore, or Milton Berle? Louder, louder. Dinah Shore it is. She debuted it on Eddie Cantor's show. She was his discovery. True or false? Singer. I keep saying sister. True or false? Singer Jessica Dragonette was not born in India. That she was not born in India. True or false? It is false. She was born in Calcutta in 1904. I'm going to call on Dennis Roma to tell us who the sponsor of Captain Midnight was.
Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. Edward Bose, the host of the original Amateur Hour, claimed the military title of Major, although there is no evidence he ever attained that rank. He just claimed it. True or false? No, I'm sorry. The host of the quiz show, number 11, the host of the quiz show, Dr. IQ, was who? Ken Roberts, Lou Valentine, or Ralph Edwards? Anyone got that one? Lou Valentine. Yes. You are correct. True or false? All of the following appeared on Let's Pretend. Sybil Trent, Billy Hallopp, Jackie Kelp, Vanessa Brown, and Walter Tetley. No, not just, is it true or false that all of them appeared? False. Vanessa Brown was not on that series. She was one of the quiz kids. All righty. What company, number 13, what company sponsored the Tom Mix program? Ralston Purina is absolutely right. The cereal was Ralston, but the company name included Purina. 14. Approximately how many radio scripts for the Adventures of Sam Spade did creator author Dashiell Hammett write?
0.
Do die. Yes, indeed. None, zero, nada is what he wrote here. All he wrote were his signature on the royalty checks. Bravo. That is from Jack. Did Lights Out air on NBC, CBS, and or ABC? Question. That is absolutely correct. All three. All of the above in one year or another. Number 16 on Candy Matson. Which actual relative of Natalie Park played Rembrandt Watson? Playing Rembrandt Watson. That would be her uncle, Nathaniel Jack Thomas. Number 17. Where am I here? Here we go. True or false? Guy Lombardo's birth name was Gaetano Alberto Lombardo. Why not? Yes, and it happens to be true. So there you go. Number 18. That was that toughie that I mentioned. What or who was the sponsor of Lux Radio Theater?
Lux Toilet Soap.
Lux Toilet Soap. Or Lever Brothers would also be acceptable. Lever Brothers would be acceptable. All right. Number 19. On The Adventures of Superman, what characters did Matt Crowley and Ronald Bliss portray?
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. You are absolutely correct. And number 20. Was this the best OTR quiz you ever took?
False!
Lucky for you, any answer is acceptable. So pointed down is correct. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the quiz for today. Thanks to all of you who participated remotely.
I told you, nobody just got me for me.
All right. And I should turn it back over to Frank. Thank you, sir.
Jack, thank you very much for preparing the quiz. As always, it was fun. For all of you who've had fun at home, too bad you can't qualify for a prize unless you show up. So,
Them's the breaks.
yeah, somebody said, for those of you who did well, give yourself a gold star and, we'll go from there. All right. Let's start. Did anyone get all 20 correct? Jack got all 20 correct.
Good for him. Bravo.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
15. 18.
Mark Bush.
All right, Mark. Yeah. Very good, Mark. Congratulations. 17.
John Abbott got 17.
I'll be backing up my car.
All right, Dennis got 17. He led the room.
And John Abbott got 17 and led our rooms.
All right, John. Very good. John Abbott had 17. So,
No, Frank, I wanted to bring me a gin and tonic from the bar for our next in-person meeting.
I got you covered, John.
Thank you.
All right, now let's go from the other end. For anyone who
You get
got
two.
one.
Big one.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Phil.
The sheep is 4, but still.
Mostly everyone.
Right? You got an opinion on question 20.
So you guys are coming the other direction.
Hey, what's the fourth one?
16. 16. 15. All right, Carl. Come on up.
Carl, you in particular might want to check out that white box.
We'll get there. We're gonna hit 5 next, though. Coming from the other direction. 5. Come on up. John, you got 5 as well? Yeah. Yeah, come on up.
What happened?
Oh, we stopped. Well, we had to take a break because we got too many people around the table here. So we got some people with 5 now.
And they hit pause, basically, so.
This is this camera. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, yes. Here we are, see?
Oh, I see.
I guess the next is 14. All right, come on up, Edgar. Anybody else with 14? Yeah.
Ah, that's Edgar. I know the necktie.
Yes, indeed.
Edgar, you're too predictable. I know.
And we have a perfect angle for seeing your necktie, Frank. Edgar.
Actually, it's on the wrong camera.
Well, now he seems to have covered up the whole thing. Brian, are you raising your hand for 13? So Brian got 13 on our end. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looks like they don't want us to see it.
Oh, no.
A room full of amateurs, you know?
I tell you.
Like
You
we're on
can't
a
get good help anymore.
like we're on a ride. We're like, the Honey, they shrunk the kids, and we're like, whoa. We're the ants.
Now that school's out and all that.
Well, while we've got a pause here, I want to say thank you to, it's 3, 6, and what do we have, about 10 at Zoom now, Wendy?
We have 12, 13 actually.
Excellent. So, thank you to 13.
But Brian got, was it 13 or 14? Let me unmute Brian.
That's terrific. Thank you.
No, I got 17 actually, but I had to put the phone down. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. That's impressive.
Thank you.
In my book.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, 13. Less. 12. 8.
Beverly's got 8.
Well, 11.
Oh, definitely. Oh, this is fun.
Oh, the slap. What number did I get? 9. I think that's the last number.
I'm 9. I got 9. I want a prize. Frank, give me a prize.
You had 9?
9.
There you go.
Send me one on the screen.
Sally, do you want me to bring you a prize? Because look what I just got. Wait,
what'd you find? What is it?
Can you see it?
I can't. What is that? Jack and Mary's? What is that? Oh, is that
Jello recipes.
Oh, how fun is that?
Perfect.
He's got a couple of them. I can bring you one.
Love it. Thanks.
Okay. Sure, I'll bring it.
I got a prize. I got a prize. I got a prize. Now I'm gonna have to make some Jello.
Hey, Frank.
Bring it to the next meeting.
I'll provide.
We'll watch you slurp it up.
I'll bring like 8 different Jello molds.
There you go.
Can I speak for this one?
Yeah, go ahead. The same.
Okay.
Of course, you have to sing it to a Jello commercial from Jack Benny's program.
I could do the one from when I was a kid. It's alive.
Yeah, I did when I was in the hospital. Of course, Jello is kind of ubiquitous.
Yeah.
And
It is, yeah.
the jingle that we all worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was singing that along, between whinnies.
Stuck in your head for a while.
Yeah, I got stuck in my head, oddly enough. Very strange. Anyway.
That was in a first.
Yeah. Well, for you on Zoom, here's another opportunity that you've lost. We're gonna have the door prize drawing now.
Ah.
Oh, darn it. I can't be there.
We'll let them know what they understand.
Our reward is our pleasure in being able to participate in some small way to the meeting.
Oh, absolutely. It's great.
But as I say, this is a work in progress. If you are inspired and have suggestions, please feel free to shoot them to me. Then we can collate them and see if we can take those into account for future hybrid opportunities.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask this for innocent fair lady to.
It looks like they're kind of winding down. I was going to suggest to Frank that people could stop by the video station and just talk to us, but we'll see if we can make that happen.
I hope so. This one is spoken. Everything else is available. Yep.
Nelson's Michael.
Mike Ray.
Right, yeah.
The door prize was a Studebaker boombox. So,
oh, what fun.
You could put these back. Here, we can take one of these.
Who won the door prize?
a boombox, a Studebaker boombox.
And who won it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's find out.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Lou Emery.
Ah, very good.
Is there anybody who did not? Anybody here who did not sign in? Everybody sign in?
Who didn't sign in? All present and accounted for, sir.
All right, thank you.
If anybody did not get up to take something, and if there's still stuff left in that white box, go back and get some more.
Boy, I remember these. S&H
Oh,
green
yeah.
stamps. I think I cashed one or two.
Bill. Radio digest.
No, I got mine. I just.
Some of these are kind of tall.
There's not a whole lot going on, Joni and Melanie. They're just kind of milling and chatting.
This is kind of like play-by-play on watching the paint dry.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Am I blocking? Okay, this is terrible. Sorry, everybody. That was me.
Rob?
Yes.
Rob, we just, you know, you can dress him up, but you can't take him out. So note to self, we probably need to get some sort of a tripod or something where we can adjust the level so we're not all looking at people's guts, which is really kind of funny, but.
What am I?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa.
and then there's the crotch shot.
We're at interesting shots here.
Nobody realizes that the camera is quite as low as it is.
You know, I think YouTube does have standards of excellence, and yeah, looking at people's navel, I think would disqualify us.
I don't know.
Does it have
Might
standards
not
of excellence? Does it? Does
Well,
it?
no, they let us on, so.
We might not pass the censor in that one, but we can try. We can try.
I want them to send us prizes. Send us prizes. I'm stuck here for days. Send me mail.
Yeah, because you have to kind of quarantine, don't you?
Yeah,
Or isolate.
in my room.
That's right.
Space.
So they slide a tray of food under your
Yeah,
door.
like literally, my mom was just like, "Do you want to think about something for lunch?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Please. I promise I've been good.
And if you don't, I'll breathe on you, Mom.
Oh, it's awful. It's just awful.
Yeah, I at least have 2.5 rooms now. So I actually have a door to my bedroom.
Oh, somebody fancy over there.
Yeah, I'm not in one room anymore.
Oh, you got 2 rooms. I see
Yeah.
how it is.
And actually a little laundry room sort of entryway. So
Oh, what? Yeah, I'm coming over to you.
yeah. Not as long as you have COVID, you're not.
I'm not going anywhere. I have mastered DoorDash. I got donkeys this morning.
Good for you.
I was like, I want iced coffee and donuts. So I had it delivered.
There you go.
Amazing.
I've been getting my groceries over Amazon Fresh.
I haven't gone to the grocery store in weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, it works well. They do a good job. And they don't charge, if you're a Prime member, they don't charge delivery.
Yeah, we do
Whole
that.
Foods does. Whole Foods charges $10, but which is
I like that.
bad.
And it's nearby.
Mid-20s, 30s.
You know, I think I'm going to mute the restaurant there and not be
Who's
noisy.
there? Hello out there. Hello out there.
Hi, Sally.
I just thought somebody might say hi. Thanks, Joni.
Yeah.
There, that's better, isn't it? We can watch the paint dry, but here's
Edgar.
To us. Just
Oh,
a second,
now I've got to
Edgar.
Hi, Edgar. He heard
where's
me
Frank?
call.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Need to
Edgar's been muted for once.
Well, I
He
tried.
finally came to talk to us.
No, right, and he hasn't unmuted it, so I'll just keep sending the unmute
Oh
request.
no, I think we lost them.
No.
Oh, where did it go?
Lost on my screen.
Yeah.
Well, he's apparently in the waiting room,
That's weird.
which is weird, and supposedly joining us, according to the screen.
Right.
But we'll see. I mean, he's been in and out all day, so. Here he comes. Here he comes. Well, we got a glimpse. Oh, there we are.
Better than the targeting you, that's for sure.
Really confusing. Oh, good. Now we don't get the picture, but we get the sound. Oh, it came back. Good. Dwindling.
I don't know what's happening. You're leaving us.
Can you suggest that if they want to stop by the computer and say hi to us in the Zoom room, they can do that?
Yeah, it said.
I hope I didn't destroy this.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
John, you're gonna have some
our
editing to do.
Our G-rated meetings have suddenly gone to at least
Yeah, or else you have
PG-13.
to add a soundtrack to it, like boom, boom,
You're
boom.
welcome, Sandra. Thank you.
I don't think you need it.
I don't know. This is going to be a challenge.
Well,
We may have the shortest YouTube video going.
Probably
it won't
for
get
the
past
best.
the censors.
Probably for the best.
Who knew that the club would go down that road?
Yeah.
I knew, Wendy. I knew it.
Is
That's 'cause
Frank
you've
still
been
That's
around?
the reason I joined this club.
Is that why you joined it? You knew it would go downhill?
I just
There you go.
full of saucy folks.
Bend down, Carl. We can't see anything.
But you know what I can't figure out now? I mean, on my screen, I have Mark and Marcia in the upper corner, upper right corner, and then
There's Carl's
was
shadow.
standing, yeah,
Hi,
and it looked
Carl.
like Mark's head was on Carl's body, with the
Oh,
two
that's
screens being on top of each other. How are you?
Hey, Carl.
There you go, Carl.
What's up, Ryan?
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing great. Had a great time in New York. I'll catch up with you the next time I'm there.
All right.
That sounds like fun. I can't remember the last time I was in New York. You see, there it is again. It looks like half ahead of Mark on Carl's body. We're getting a very interesting experience here as club members. Most unfortunate. I think we're lucky because all you see are our heads.
Not really.
Oh, here's a pair of mismatched arms. No, only one.
Looks just fine. I'm having no trouble with it getting the email.